Okay, right. So hope you all are ready for the presentation. So we will take whatever the number of students we can take today and the rest of the students tomorrow. Give me 1 minute.
Madam,
Oh, yes.
Madam, can I present?
Okay, wait. I'm just, I want to put your name and all. Give me 1 minute.
Okay, madam.
Right. You tell me your name first.
K.A.T. Tilanka, madam.
K-A-T Tilanka. Is there a number or something?
FNR
Ah,
FNR 210723.
FNR 2107
723.
723. Okay, you can start.
Yes. Okay. Good evening, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yes, I can hear you.
Okay. My name is K.A.T. Tilanka, and today I will be presenting my action research on the effectiveness of group work in learning English. Before I start, let me briefly explain why I chose this topic. As a teacher, I have observed that many students in rural school, as in my school also, a rural school, struggle with learning English. Despite our efforts, they find it difficult to speak, understand, and express themselves confidently in English. This made me question whether our traditional teaching methods are truly effective. This research explores how group work can be used as an interactive method to make English learning more engaging and effective for students. Now let's discuss the problem that led to this research. In many rural schools, English is considered a difficult subject. Students struggle with it for several reasons. The reasons are: first one, lack of exposure. English is not commonly spoken in their daily lives. Outside the classroom, they rarely get opportunities to use it. Second one is traditional teacher centered methods. The dominant teaching style focuses on lectures, grammar drills, and textbook exercises. However, students need interactive activities to improve their communication skills. Third one is limited peer interaction in English. In most cases, students communicate in their native language with peers, which limits their practice in English. Fourth one is hesitation and fear. Many students hesitate to speak because they fear making mistakes. This lack of confidence prevents them from participating actively in lessons. Because of these challenges, I wanted to explore whether group could create a more engaging and supportive environment for students to practice English. Next, to understand the problem better, I followed a systematic approach. First one, collecting data through observation. I observed students during lesson and noticed several issues. They hesitate to speak in English even when prompted. Many students struggled with vocabulary. Peer interaction in English was minimal and discussions mostly happen in their native language. Secondly, investigating the problem, I asked two key questions. What are the main challenges students faced in English, learning English? How does group work influence their language skills? Through this research, I aim to find solutions that could help students overcome their fears, build confidence, and develop English communication skills. Next, what is group work? Group work is collaborative learning method where students work together to improve their language proficiency. Unlike traditional teacher-centered learning, where students group work and active participation and peer-to-peer learning. Then, yes, the concept of group work is, what is this connection to communicate learning teaching? The concept of group work is strongly linked to communicative language teaching, which is based on the idea that language is best learned through meaningful communication. Richard and Rogers in 2001 explained that CLT promotes interaction, negotiation of meaning, and authentic communication. And also, Ellis in 2003 found that students retain language better when they use it in real life situation, which group work naturally encourages. In summary, group work provides an interactive environment that supports speaking, listening, and social engagement. In my theoretical foundations, my first one is socio-cultural theory by Vygotsky in 1938. He believed that learning happens through social interaction, and his theory introduces the zone of proximal development, which states that students learn best when they collaborate with peers who are slightly more skilled than them. As example, a student struggling with sentence structure can learn faster by working with a peer who already understands it rather than trying to learn alone. Second one is cooperative learning theory by Johnson and Johnson, 1999. This theory emphasizes the importance of working together to achieve common learning goals. It highlights three key aspects. First one is positive interdependence. Group members rely on each other to complete tasks. Second one, individual accountability. Each student is responsible for contributing. Third one, social skills development. Group work improves teamwork, leadership, and communication skills. These theories support the idea that learning is more effective when students work together. What are the benefits of group work in English learning? First one, improves speaking and listening skills. Yes, Long and Porter found that students speak more frequently in group settings compared to teacher-led lessons. Group discussions create a safe, low pressure environment where students can practice without fear of making mistakes. Second one, screen increased motivation and confidence. Donate in 2009 states that students feel less anxious and more motivated when learning with peers rather than in front of the whole class. As example, a shy student might feel uncomfortable answering a question alone, but in a small group, they gain confidence. Third one, enhance critical thinking. Slaving in develop higher order thinking skill because they engage in decisions, debates, and negotiation. As example, if a student work together to write a short story, they must brainstorm ideas, structure sentences, and correct each other's grammars. Next, I like to discuss the challenges of group work. While group work has many advantages, it also presents some challenges that teachers need to manage effectively. First one, unequal participation. The Hammer in 2007 point out that some students dominate conversations while others remain passive. The solution is teachers can assign specific roles to each group members. Example, speaker, writer, timekeeper, to ensure equal participation. Second one, language proficiency gap. Littlewood in 2009 warns that in mixed ability groups, stronger students might take over and weaker students may stay silent. The solution is pairing weaker students with more patience and encouraging peers can create a supportive learning environment. Third one is class management issues. Brown in 2001 states that group work can lead to off-task behavior and discipline issues if not monitored properly. My solution is setting clear expectation and structured activities helps keep students engaged. By addressing these challenges, teacher can ensure that group work remains effective and beneficial for all students. Next, empirical studies on group work in English learning. Several studies have proven the effectiveness of group work in English learning. Here are the three key research findings. Jacobs and McCafferty in 2006 found that cooperative learning strategies significantly improved students' speaking and writing skills. Example, students who participated in peer discussions and collaborative writing tasks showed better fluency and accuracy in their English. Next, in 2009, research by Glees showed that structured group work led to better comprehension and vocabulary retention in ESL learners. Example, students who engaged in peer teaching activities retain vocabulary words better than those who learn through traditional methods. A study by Kagan in 1994 demonstrated that cooperative learning structures like think, pair, share, and jigsaw fast engagement and active participation. Example, in students become experts in one part of a lesson and then teach it to their peers. This approach encourages deeper understanding and active involvement. These studies confirm that group work is not just a theory but a proven strategy for improving English learning outcomes. Yes. Next, my invention plan to test the effectiveness of group work, I implemented a structured intervention plan. Uh, First one is introduce group activities such as peer discussions, role plays, and storytelling. Second, divide students into small groups and assign different language tasks. Third one is monitor engagement and assess students' language progress. Finally, compare pre and post intervention test result to measure improvement. Then the research ethics. To ensure ethical research, I followed these guidelines. Obtain permission from school authorities, ensure voluntary participation, maintain confidentiality of students' data, provide equal learning opportunities for all. Next, limitation of the research. My research faced some limitations. Limited time frame. It was difficult to observe long-term effects. Secondly, student resistance. Some students were too shy to participate actively. Third one is difference in motivation. Not all students engaged equally in activities. This is my proposed time frame. I take 1 week for identify student difficulties, and second week designing group activities, third week third, fourth, and fifth week I implement group work strategies, and fourth, fifth, sixth week I like to use collecting data through observation and test, and finally analyzing result and writing the report in 8th week. This is the publication. Brown HD, teaching by principals.
No use of telling that. That's enough, right? Okay, that's all. Okay, right. So then you need to include
Yes,
your
madam, thank you.
sample. Okay, you need to include your sample, population sample, data
Yes.
collection techniques, data collection methods, and all. And how do you find time to do your research?
Sorry, madam.
How do you find time now? Now you are not teaching for all the students. You are not doing this for all the students now. So
Yes,
that
madam.
how do you find time to do the activities?
Yes, I am a government teacher, so I can use my period. In my school, I'm teaching grade 6 to 11, so I can use my grade 7 class for this research. I discuss with my principal also. Then I
So
can
you're
use
going to take the whole class or some of the students?
yes, madam. I use whole class because in my class there are 20 students, so 25 students. So I can select that class.
Okay, right. Okay, doesn't matter. So if you can manage, then it's okay. Otherwise, that we ask students to take 10, right? Maximum 10. So because then it's easy for
Okay.
us to manage, because we have to pay close attention to them, and we have to see their progress. So then what are the data collection techniques you use for this data collection?
Data collection techniques. I think I firstly I introduce some team activities, games to
Yeah, no,
develop
I'm
the
asking now, you
vocabulary.
have to collect data now. Observation. Through observation, you can observe whether the
Yes,
group work is effective. So you can have an observation schedule.
yes, madam.
Then,
Yes, madam.
like that, what are the others that, and how do you give them pre-test?
Pre-test, I gave them some worksheets according to their syllabus. They did by self, but they can't score better than the group. They are in the group, so
That means now you gave them individually?
Yeah, I gave them individually firstly,
Mm.
but I prepared the same one
Do in
for
groups.
same one and do in groups.
Mm.
So I have collected the data. When they are doing individually, they can't score better than the
No, that means that
they
you
are
have
in the
already done your research.
no, madam. These
You
days,
can't assume that you have to see, you
yeah,
have to do some activities and see whether there's a difference in the pre-test and post-test, and you can come to conclusion then.
um,
Okay. Right. Now you
okay.
have a bigger responsibility because you have to look into the needs of 20 students, because that you have to give a pre-test, then do some
Yes, ma'am.
intervention, then again do
Yes,
a test and compare. Then
yes,
if it is not, if there are some students who are unable to do still, then you can plan, pre-plan,
yeah,
replan.
ma'am.
You can plan
Mm.
again and do some activities, and finally that they all should, all 25 should come to that competency, right? Okay.
Okay, madam.
Right,
Okay.
thank you. Right,
Thank
okay.
you.
Buddhika RSB Premaratna.
Yes.
I can't hear you, Daru. I don't know whether I have a weak uh, internet or whether you have weak internet connection.
Excuse me, ma'am.
Yes, Buddha.
Ma'am, are we getting marks for the presentation?
Yes. You're good.
Yes, yes.
Now, am I audible, ma'am?
Yeah, to a certain extent, you are audible.
Hello, ma'am. Am I audible to you?
Yeah, I can hear you now. So then you had to reduce your time to 10, less than 10 minutes, because others also should be given the opportunity. So your academic context, that means literature review, you can gist out rather than reading all, right? So we need to pay much attention to the intervention plan. That's the most important thing. Okay, quickly do now. Hello. If Buddhika is unable to join, somebody else can join. Devindi.
Madam,
Okay.
shall I join?
Madam, shall
Okay.
I present?
Okay. Who is that? Devindi.
Sazna.
Asasna. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
ASF Sasna. Wait. I won't write down your name. Wait. ASF Sasna. FNR 2103100310. Hi. Okay. Right.
Okay. Good evening, all of you. I am Sadhna, and I am here to present my research proposal in front of you today. And my research topic is investigating and developing effective strategies to enhance the English writing skills of grade 7 students. In this study, my aim is to explore how we can help grade 7 students improve their writing skills. This includes investigating current challenges and developing teaching strategies that can make a real impact in their learning. The focus of my research is identifying challenges students face in writing and exploring effective methods to support their improvement. So one of the key goals of this study is to understand the difficulties students encounter when writing. Once we have a clear picture of these challenges, we can explore and develop strategies that are tailored to overcome them. So that is a brief overview of what my research is all about. In the following slides, I will dive deeper into the methods and findings of this research. So at first, I would like to introduce you a brief introduction about my research. So at first, I will explain you about introduction, background of the study. Next, identification of the problem, significance of the study, research
Okay,
object.
Buddha, you can omit it. Go to the next one.
Right, okay, ma'am. So the next one, introduction or background of the study. So the first point is writing is a critical skill for communication, academic success, and future employment opportunities. So good writing skills are necessary to succeed academically and also to be able to get good job opportunities in the future. And grade 7 is a key stage in students' academic journey where writing become more complex. That means grade 7 is an important stage in a student's education, because this is when writing start to become more difficult for students. At this stage, students need to refine skills such as organizing ideas, grammar, and developing clear written expression. So these skills help them express their thoughts better in writing. So the challenges faced by grade 7 students are struggle with grammar, difficulty in organizing ideas, difficulty in writing conventions properly, and struggle with structuring their writing. So these.
What do you mean by convention? Difficult in writing conventions or conversations?
Sorry, madam. Conversations. Difficulty in writing conversation means actually they face.
Dialogues? Is it dialogues?
Yes, madam. Dialogues, conversations. So these issues make it harder for them to write effectively and express their thoughts clearly. That means they can make sentences but not grammatically correct. And there is a need to explore and implement effective teaching strategies to improve English writing skill in grade 7 students, so they can overcome challenges and write more confidently and clearly. So the next one, identification of the problem. First one, observed consistent challenges faced by grade 7 students in writing. So that means in my 5 years of teaching English, I have noticed that grade 7 students in my private classes face difficulties with writing. Observed difficulty in organizing ideas. So they struggle with vocabulary, often not knowing enough words to express their ideas. And next one, low marks in term exam. That means even when they have ideas, they find it hard to write them correctly in English, both in terms of grammar and structure. Next one, using grammatically incorrect structure in their essays. This is reflected in their low marks on essay writing and other writing parts of their term exams. Next one, vocabulary limitation. There is a clear need for better strategies to help them improve their writing skills. Observe difficulty in writing picture descriptions. That means students are unable to write their own picture descriptions independently. So these are the problems that I have identified. Next one, significance of the study. First one, the study aims to help grade 7 students to improve their English writing skills, which are essential for academic success and communication. So the goal of this study is to help grade 7 students get better at writing in English. better writing skills will lead to improved academic performance and help students in future grades. So improving writing skills will help students perform better in their studies and succeed in higher grades also. The study will offer valuable insights and strategies that can help other teachers improve writing instruction in their classroom also. So that means this study can help other teachers to improve how they teach writing in their, how they can improve writing skill in their classroom also. And improving writing skill will help students feel more confident in expressing their ideas both in writing and in speech. Um, and finally, the research will provide practical tested strategies for enhancing writing, benefiting teachers and students. So improving writing skill is not only improve their writing, but also it can improve their English speaking skills also. Next one, research objectives. Identify the challenges grade 7 students face in improving their English writing skills. So this is the first research objectives of my action research. So this objective means the research will find out what problems or difficulties the grade 7 students have when trying to get better at writing in English. It aims to understand what makes it hard for them to improve their writing skills. And the second one, investigate effective strategies for enhancing writing skills in grade 7 students. So this objective aims to find strategies or methods that work well in making their writing better. And next one, develop practical strategies that can be implemented in the classroom to improve writing skills. So this objective means the research will focus on creating useful and realistic teaching methods that teachers can use in the classroom to help students improve their writing skills. And next, evaluate the impact of the developed strategies on students' writing performance over time. So this objective means the research will assess how well the teaching strategies work by tracking students' writing improvement over time. And finally, providing recommendation for teachers on how to effectively teach writing skills to grade 7 students. So this objective means the research will offer practical advice for teachers on the best way to teach writing to grade 7 students. And also it will suggest method and approaches that can improve students' writing skills. Next one, research. Sorry.
Sasna,
Next
so when you're
one,
writing, just go to the objectives back.
Okay, ma'am.
So when you're writing that objectives, you have to start with singular verb that identifies, investigates, develops, evaluates, provides. Natham, to identify, to investigate, to develop, to evaluate, to provide. Right? Change them like
Okay.
that. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Next one, research question. So my
No, no,
research.
they are the same, no? The research questions and research objectives are the same.
Yes,
Right?
ma'am.
Okay,
Oh.
right. Then no need to tell. Go to the next one.
All right, okay, ma'am. So in research question, so these research question will help me discover the best ways to improve grade 7 students' English writing skills by identifying their challenges and exploring effective strategies and determining how to apply those strategies in classrooms. Close context. So the research problem was identified through the following tools. That means I have observed these problems. So the first one, consistently score low on English writing assessment during term exams, especially term exams. I have observed that students get low marks in their term exams, especially in the writing parts. That means in essay writing, dialogue making, in that part, writing parts. And second one, difficulty in forming grammatically correct sentences. So students make sentences, but they are not grammatically correct. That means grammatically incorrect. They are making sentences, but grammatically incorrect. And next one, frequent mistakes in essay writing. when they write essays, they always make mistakes in both grammar and structure. And the next one, lack of vocabulary improvement. That means when I give dictation words to improve their vocabulary, they always write even the smallest words incorrectly. And the next one, students use rules from their first language when writing in English. This is the main problem. That means most of the students use the rules of their first language when writing sentences in English. That means they are using, most of the students native language is Tamil. So they use the first language Tamil to make the sentence same rules in English also. That one
That means
was.
SVO. You're talking about the SVO pattern.
Yes, madam. They are
Mm.
applying the same rule in English also.
Now here now in Sinhala we say mama gedara yanava.
Yes, madam, like that.
Subject,
Yes.
object, verb. Then it's the same pattern they are using for English.
Yeah. Yes, they are using the same pattern
I
in.
home go like ne. I
Yes,
home
madam.
go. Mm.
Yes, like that. And finally, difficulty organizing ideas clearly. That means most of the students have ideas about how to write sentences. They have an idea, but they don't actually know how to write them correctly in English. That means grammatically wrong sentences. So these are the observation that I have observed. And the next one, academic context. I
Because
have.
you don't need to read all. You can just give the gist.
Okay, ma'am. Okay,
Mm.
ma'am. So I have read several e-articles and gathered some ideas for my action research. So the two main articles that I found are, first one is Peer Feedback and Writing Improvement by Liu J and Hansen J. This article explores how peer feedback can improve students' writing skill. It found that when students provide feedback to each other, they become more engaged in learning process and gain a better understanding of writing techniques. And the second one is task-based writing instruction by Elise R. In this article explores in task-based writing, learners engage in writing tasks that meaningful and purposeful rather than just practicing grammar or structure only. These tasks helps learners develop their writing skills more naturally and improve their ability to use language effectively in real world situations. So these are the main e-articles that I have found together some ideas for my excellent research. And next one, intervention plan. For my research, I will be working with 6 students from grade 7 to help improve their writing skill. I'll be using Excel research, which means I will try different methods to help them and study how those methods work. So I'll choose these 6 students because they are the one who are easier for me to work with. So that's why I use this sampling technique, convenient sampling technique. That means it involves choosing individuals who are easiest to reach or who are readily available to the researcher. So that's why I use this convenient sampling technique. So I'll choose these 6
Here
students.
that Sasna, that in the case of this now, I think 6 students you can use convenient sampling, but it may be that the 6 students that it should be purposive sampling, because that these 6 students are the weaker students. So then you are selecting them with a purpose of improving. So rather
Okay.
than convenient sampling, you have take its purposive sampling.
Purposive sampling. Okay, madam.
Okay.
Then, madam, is the inconvenient sampling is incorrect here?
You can, if both have the similar meaning, it's okay.
Madam.
Convenience means that for your convenience, you are selecting them rather than randomly selecting. So these 6 students, but I think most appropriate word is purposive sampling, because you have a purpose of selecting them.
Okay, madam.
Right.
Okay. And the next
And
one.
it's not you have selected them because it is easier to reach. They
Yes,
are not readily available, but you have the main purpose of improving them. So it's a purposive sampling.
Okay, madam. And the next one, data collection method. Data collection method to see how well the students are improving. I'll collect information in different ways. First one, writing test. So here I'll give them test to see how their writing skills improve. And the second one, observation, means I'll watch how they work during the lessons. And next one, student feedback here means I'll ask them for their opinions on what's helping them to make the writing more in more easiest way, or what's helping them very easy. And next one, student writing sample here means I'll keep track of their writing to compare how it changes. And also I'll use reading materials to help their learning. So these are the data collection method I'll use. And next one, intervention activity plan. So the first one, first activity I'm going to give is a paragraph writing. So I'm going to do this research with grade 7 students. So the first one, paragraph writing, is there in your grade 7 English textbook first unit, paragraph writing. So I'm going to give them a paragraph writing first. Use the information given below and write the paragraph on the world famous writer Mark Twain. This activity is in their grade 7 English textbook. So that steps that I have taken is, first one, explain who Mark Twain is, and next one, provide key information. That means I have to give key information. That means born, when he born, and what is who is Mark Twain, and all the details in points form. And next one, teach the students how to organize the information into a simple paragraph. Using another format, I have to teach the students how to make a simple paragraph. And finally, I'll ask the students to write their own paragraph using the information, the format that I have given. And the next activity that I have planned is simple poem writing. I have select this one because this one also that is there in their English textbook, grade 7 English textbook in unit 2, second unit. So I have select this one because through writing poems, students practice crafting sentences that are both meaningful and impactful, which strengthens overall writing abilities. So here I'm going to use these steps. First one, I have to explain the poem, The Tiger, that is there in the English textbook. So first I have to explain the poem, and after that I have to provide key information. And next one, I have to teach the student how to write a simple poem, like that is there in their textbook, that poem Tiger. And ask the first one, I'm going to ask the student draw their favorite animal and color it. And after that, finally, I have to ask the student to write a small poem about that animal using the format that I have already taught them. So this is the second activity, simple poem writing. And the third activity is vocabulary. That means I have to give dictation. So dictation helps improve writing skill by enhance listening, spelling, and also the grammar. So here I'm going to use these steps. First one, choose the vocabulary words from grade 7 English textbook. And after that, I'll write the vocabulary words on the board and explain the meaning of the words in Tamil or in Sinhala. And after that, ask the students to listen the vocabulary words carefully. And next, I'll erase the vocabulary words from the board and dictate the words one by one, and ask the student to listen the words carefully and write them one by one. And check the dictation words. After that, I'll correct the dictation words. And finally, I'll ask the student to select 5 words from the list and use them to make a simple sentence. So only these are the 3 activities that I have planned to do.
Okay.
Next one, the time frame. Identification of the problems. I have got 2 weeks, and literature review 2 weeks, and writing the research objectives and research questions 2 weeks, and presenting the proposal. And today I'm presenting the proposal to get the approval. So and next one, for the implementation of the research, I need 3 weeks of time, and writing the research report, I need 2 weeks of time, and finally for submission and review, I'll get 2 weeks time. And this is my time frame to do my exam research. And finally, the ethical consideration here is first one, ensure all participants are fully informed about the purpose of the study, the methods, and what will be expected of them. So first we have to explain the purpose of the study, how it will be done, and what they will need to do during the project. This way they understand everything before they agree to take part. And next one, not to harm the students emotionally or psychologically or physically. That means we have to make sure that the students are never harmed in any way during the study. The goal is to make sure they feel safe. Next one, be transparent with the students about the role as a researcher and how their involvement will help further the research. So we have to explain that we are studying how to help them improve their writing and how their participation will help us learn and improve teaching methods. And next one, provide participant with feedback on the research is completed and explain the result of the study. Once the study is finished, we have to share the results with the students and give them feedback on their progress. So this way, I think they can see how they have improved and what they have learned from this study. And the next one, research limitation. I have found some three research limitation here, and the first one is working with a small group of private class students. The findings might not be generalized to a larger population of grade 7 students. So here the research will done with a small group of students. So already I have selected 6 students here, which means which may not represent all the students here. Since the sample size is small, it may not show the full picture or account for the variety of experience that could be found in a larger group. And the second one is the time available to implement and assess the strategies may not allow for complete development of the students' writing skills. So there will not be enough time to fully explore the topic or gather lot of data. This means the research might not cover everything in detail by the short time frame. And finally, the research might focus on short-term improvements rather than sustained development over time, because we have given only 3 months of time to do this excellent research. So the improvement will only be short-term. 3 months means short time periods, meaning the changes observed may not last over a long period. So the research will focus on quick fixes rather than long-lasting solutions. And finally, the reference are these. In this section research proposal, I use several key references. For example, Graham and Perry's discuss strategies.
Okay, Putta, right. Okay. So then how did you find time to do the research with these students?
Madam, I'm already conducting private classes. So I'm conducting classes on Saturday and Sunday, so I can get the time for Saturday and Sunday.
Okay, right. So then, so at the beginning that when you're doing, how did you do your pre-test?
Yes, madam.
Did you do the pre-test? Did you do that?
Still, I didn't do that. I have to do the pre-test.
Okay, right. So you have to start with the pre-test, then only you have to give test time to time and see whether there's any improvement, right? If not, you have to change your plan.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, right. Thank you. Right. Next one, Devindi, are you ready?
Yeah, ma'am, I'm ready.
Okay, Devindi, yeah, show
Okay,
your
ma'am.
name and the registration number.
So, ma'am, can you see the screen?
Okay, wait. I would write down your name.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, you can start.
Okay, ma'am, thank you. So, good evening, ma'am, and good evening, everyone. So, I'm presenting a study that addresses a very real challenge here in Polonnaruwa. So, improving English speaking fluency is an environment where students have limited exposure to English in their daily lives. So, ma'am, I have a small story. Can I share it?
Okay.
Okay, so in Polonnaruwa, many students face the same challenge actually. So they are strong in reading and writing, but hesitant when speaking English. So I had a student who struggled to form sentences confidently. However, when I introduce role play activities like acting as customers and shopkeepers, she slowly gained her confidence. So over time, she started to speak more naturally, but this experience showed me that task-based learning teaching can be a game changer for students here in Polonnaruwa. So, which is why this research is so important. And ma'am, I have a short video clip. So, can I play it?
How long is the video?
35 seconds.
Okay.
Thank you, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear the video?
It is not we can
Okay.
see.
So they are leaving a space while they are speaking, and she forgot that all of the things when she's going to speak, and that boy is so shy to speak in English while they are doing their presentations. So I got their parents' permission to add their videos, ma'am.
Okay.
Okay. And here, this is my table of content.
Mm.
So let's go to the first one. So here, the introduction. Actually, in Polonnaruwa, most of the community members don't use in English regularly. As a result, many students struggle speaking fluently with the lack of international schools and limited opportunities for English practice. So issue has become even more pressing. Today, we will explore how task-based learning language teaching, it means TBLT, can help bridge this gap. So as you can see here, I have divided 3 parts. So the contest is growing demand for ESL learners to be proficient in speaking English. And I'm going to focus. So the gap in speaking fluently through task-based language teaching. And the goal is investigate how TBLT impact ESL students speaking fluently. And these are the permission letters, ma'am. Previous video. And let's go to the background of this study. As you can see here, I have divided the 3 parts: current issue and my focusing part, and TBLT as a solution. So for this, actually, the challenge is clear. So students don't have many chances to speak English outside the classroom. Despite this, the demand for English proficiency is growing, especially as the global job market increasingly values English speaking skills. So this research looks at how we can address this gap using TBLT. Then I have mentioned the current issue, and I'm going to focus fluency is key for real world communication. So finally, I have to get the TBLT as a solution. Uses tasks to promote communication and authentic language use. And my next slide is research problem. Is about research problem. Problem statement is here. So, ma'am, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank you, ma'am. In a context where English isn't widely spoken in daily life, that is the most important thing. Students often lack the fluency. They need to communicate confidently in English. This leads us to the research question: how can we improve ESL students speaking fluency in Polonnaruwa using TBLT teaching? So, research question is: how does task-based learning language impact ESL students speak fluency? And significance of the study is here now. So you can see here why it matters. That is the most important part. Improving speaking fluency in English could open new opportunities for these students, helping them build confidence and engage more effectively in both academic and future professional settings. So this study is significant because it aims to provide a solution for students in Polonnaruwa. So benefits there are so many benefits, and I'll tell it. Teachers will gain insights into effective strategies for improving speaking fluency. Students will benefit.
Okay. Why there was a pause? Why it was stuck? Okay, why? Sasna? That's all? Okay. Next one, Kavindi.
May I do, ma'am?
Okay.
Ma'am,
Okay.
ma'am,
Ma'am,
I'm
shall I
leaving.
do?
Devindi, you have some
Yeah,
more?
ma'am. Yeah. Ma'am, can I continue it again?
Okay, quickly continue. Quickly.
Okay. Ma'am, can you see the screen now?
Yes, I can see.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. So, I'm sorry, ma'am. So, tools used to confirm the identified problems, actually pre-intervention speaking assessments, then I can do oral presentations, oral plays, and structured speaking test. Hello, ma'am. Ma'am, can you hear me?
I can hear you, Buddha. Yes,
Okay,
continue.
okay. To understand the extent of this issue, we will begin by gathering data from students. We will use pre-intervention speaking assessments, survives, and teachers' observations to identify exactly where the gaps in speaking fluency lie. So, this is the academic context and theoretical foundations. So, although the challenge in Polonnaruwa in a specific research is second language acquisitions, and we call SLA, and task-based language teaching has shown that students can improve speaking fluency through real-life meaningful tasks. These studies will guide our approach. Actually, I mentioned supportive researchers here, and next one is methodology. So as you can see here, I mentioned approach, phrases, pre-intervention is the baseline speaking test. So intervention is introduced TBLT activity, that is our aim. So post-intervention, final speaking assessment. Then I have to get my post-intervention one. by having final speaking assessment. So then I have mentioned some data collection ways, and I can collect data by giving speaking test and reflective journals, and I can get some teacher notes. So this is the time frame for interventions. Actually, I have to get 10 weeks to get it, and I have enough time to get them because I have to conduct my lectures from 8:30 to 12:30. Then after that I'm free, so then I can do this. And I have mentioned activity designs. My next slide is activity designs. So for this one, I have two intervention plans. The first one is focusing for simple tasks like phone conversations, like basic conversations, and ordering at a restaurant, making appointments, like kind of things. So we will use task-based activities that mirror real world situations like group discussions and problem solving tasks to give the students practical speaking practice. So these activities are designed to stimulate scenarios they might encounter the real world. So ethical considerations is here. So I have mentioned three parts here: informed consent and ensure students and guardians are aware of the study's nature, and voluntary participation is students can withdraw from the study without penalty. And this is the reflection journal. So, according to the reflection journal, throughout the study, the students will keep reflective journals to track their progress and challenges. So, this will give both the students and myself valuable insights into how well the tasks are improving their speaking fluency. So, I have mentioned the purpose and students for the teacher. So this is the conclusion of my presentation. This study aims to improve speaking fluency among ESL students in Polonnaruwa, a region where English proficiency is limited actually. So by using TBLT, we hope to give students the tools they need to communicate confidently in English. So this is the summary. The action research aims to explore how TBLT can improve ESL learners' speaking fluency through practical, real-world tasks. Future implications are actually the findings could help improve ESL teaching strategies globally, fostering confident speakers in diverse contexts. And these are the references, ma'am. And thank you very much.
Excuse me, ma'am. Can I present?
Hello. Hello.
May I
Yeah.
present?
May I
Okay,
present,
now
ma'am?
how about Devindi? You couldn't complete, it seems.
No, ma'am, I did it.
Okay, right. Also, I want to ask questions from you.
Yeah, ma'am.
So, what is your sample? How many students are there in your sample?
Hello?
So, how many students are there?
Ma'am, I guess to get 10 students.
Okay, right. So then how do you find time to do the research?
I'm sorry, ma'am.
How do you find time to
Okay.
do the research?
Yeah, ma'am. I have to conduct lectures at 8:30 to 12:30. Then I have enough time to do that.
Okay, right.
Okay, thank
So
you,
then
ma'am.
how did you, what techniques you use to do the pre-test? How did you find their weaknesses at the beginning?
So, by using simple tasks like discussions, phone conversations, and giving some kind of dialogues and ask some kind of small questions from them. Simple task.
Okay, right.
Thank you, ma'am.
Nilakshi?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, may I present?
Okay.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Okay, I can hear you.
And can you
Wait, I won't write your name. Okay, you can start.
Okay. Good evening, ma'am, and good evening, everyone. I'm Nilakshi, and I'm honored to present my action research proposal on enhancing grade pass students' division skills through innovative teaching
I can't hear you. Can't hear
strategies.
clearly.
And this
Can't hear
research
clearly.
is a crucial step. Okay, everyone. Good evening, ma'am. I'm Nilakshi, and I'm honored to present my action research proposal on enhancing grade pass students' understanding of division through innovative teaching strategies. This research is a crucial step in identifying the challenges students face in division and implementing solutions that will make learning more engaging and effective. This is the background of the study. As a math and a science teacher for OK International School, I have observed that many students struggle with division and they find it difficult to grasp the concepts, and their performance in division task is poor. Some students seem uninterested, while others try to copy answers rather than solve problems independently. So these are the issues that I found, and the significance of the study is that division is a fundamental skill in mathematics. It is essential for understanding fractions, ratios, percentages, and even algebra. If students do not develop strong division skills early on, it can affect their future learning. So this research aims to address these challenges and improve students' conceptual understanding of division. And the research problem is while I was teaching the division lesson, I noticed that 3 students, I call them ABC, and were completely distracted, and despite using teaching aids to make the lessons engaging, and they were unable to focus. So when I gave the class some division exercises, I saw that these students were trying to copy answers instead of solving the problems on their own. And after checking their work, I realized that their poor performance was linked to insufficient mastery of multiplication table and a lack of conceptual understanding of division. So this made me think, how can I help these students improve their division skill? This question became the driving focus behind my research. And these are the research objectives: to identify the reason of poor performance in division, to enhance students' ability to solve real-life problems, involving division to assess the effectiveness of innovative teaching methods in improving students' division skills, to develop students' active participant on the lesson division, to enhance their confidence in performing division operations. And the research questions and how to identify the reason of poor performance in division tasks, how to adjust the multiplication table effectively, how to enhance students' ability to solve real-life problems involving division, how to assess the effectiveness of innovative teaching methods in improving students' division skills, and how to develop students' active participant on the lesson division, and how to enhance the students' confidence in performing division operations. Next, these are the close context. The research problem was identified through the following.
Before that, before the questions go to the objectives.
Yes.
To identify the reasons for poor performance in division tasks. To study the multiplication that.
Yes, because the main problem I encountered that they don't know the multiplication table. So therefore,
Okay, right. Okay, right. Continue.
And the close context, the observations by observing the disruptive behavior during the lesson, and by checking their homework activities, by observing the writing books and their workbooks, through their mark sheets, through the test papers. And I interviewed some teachers, the previous year grade 4 maths teacher, and she said that lack of engagement in maths and demonstrating significant difficulty with memorizing multiplication table. And the other subject teachers, they said that they are easily distracted in the class and not completing the homework. And the class teacher said they need additional support. So these are the close context that I identified through these tools. Next, academic context, and I found out some journals and the books, and I have mentioned the article and the author, year, and the key findings and division of fair sharing. Kerry Richardson, Sarah Pratt,
right.
Stephanie, those 10 articles, the sources I found out relevant to the topic.
Study.
Yeah, study. And this is the intervention plan. The research methodology is action research method, sample size 3 students of grade 5. Technique, it's purposive sampling. And data collection method through observations, interview, and the literature review, and the study of documents. And this is my intervention activity plan. Intervention, the strengthen students' understanding of long division concepts, activities, assess prior knowledge pre-test. I have taken photos in the annexes I have mentioned. I will show you, ma'am. And the steps, conduct a quick diagnostic quiz.
Okay, go to the next. Okay, right. Okay, right. Continue.
All right. And the resources, writing books and worksheets. And the next one, improve understanding of division as a repeated subtraction. Activities, use visual aids, illustrate the concepts. The steps, practice problems with the structured steps, peer tutoring, visual aids, practice sheets. And the next one, enhance recall of multiplication facts for division, daily multiplication drills, multiplication grid or chart. And ma'am, in the class, I have made a multiplication chart. So whenever they are free, so I used to take 1 by 1, 2 times table, 3 times table. So I have made a chart. And this is the intervention activity plan 2. To introduce the concept of division as sharing and grouping activities, use real-life objects to demonstrate dividing them among students, and the steps and the resources. Some biscuits, they like real-life objects, so I use biscuits, toffee, sharing, how to share equally. And improving long division, conducted guided practice sessions, provide regular feedback, and the resources, manipulative practice sheets, and increasing engagement and confidence and in division lessons. work in group to solve division problems. And for resources, I thought to take marketing technique. They will be so engaging, and they will so like to do this, and they can improve their knowledge on grouping and division. And these are also the activities that I have planned: improving handling of remainders in division problems, and the activities use practical examples and real life applications to demonstrate remainders. Steps: practical examples and real life applications, visual explanations, demonstration, repetition, and reinforcement activities. And the ensure steps followed and work is checked. Now, most of the students, once they finish their exercises, they won't check their work. So that also I thought to provide students with a checklist that outlines each steps of the division process, and the checklist for division steps, and the workbook activities, some assessments. So these are my activity plan too. And this is the time frame. We started our action research lecture January 4th, I think. So I started from 4th week of January. 4th means, ma'am, 4th week of January.
Okay.
Then 4th to 5th, 2 weeks I took got as the identification problem and the literature review. 5th week, that means the last week of January, writing the research objectives and questions. Here you the last week and the first week of February, and preparing the research proposal and presenting the proposal and getting approval. I just put February up to this week and the next week as well. And implementation of the research, I thought to take it till 2nd week of March, and the writing the research report 3 weeks, and the review, and if there are any corrections after doing that submission, then 2nd of April.
Okay.
And ethical consideration to ensure to obtain the consent from the school authorities, and I have already taken the permission from our sectional headmistress, and parents and the students' real names and the photos cannot be used. Keep students' data confidential. Ensure that the teaching strategies do not cause undue stress or frustration for students. Voluntary participation, fair and equal access. I should give equal opportunities to each
Everyone.
student, no favoration. And research limitation, keeping students engaged and motivated during the lesson is bit limited, and disruptive behavior can distract the students quickly, and lack of sufficient teaching resources, such as we have in the school, we have only one smart board room, so it's a bit hard to take, because we have to inform our principal, headmistress, and we had to work through that. So, and lack of support from the parents and affect the students' progress. Some working parents are there out of those 3, the selected students. So the less support from the parents, and the limited class time and the curriculum structure. So can restrict how deep into the concept a teacher can go. And varied skill levels, students often have different levels. So those 3 students are in 3 different levels. So that is a limitation for me, and the insufficient support from the school administration, and lack of collaboration with the other teachers, and also the time management. These are my research limitation. And the references, the same thing, ma'am, what I showed you, these are my references, and the authors, and the year, and the page numbers, and the
Now here your references, you have to have a space in between 2. This is just like a paragraph we can see now. When you're writing references one after one, then you keep a space, then go to the other one.
okay,
Otherwise,
ma'am.
you can write
I'll-
like this. That should be in an order, right? 1, 2, 3, but and it should be in that alphabetical order from A to Z.
All right, ma'am. Okay, I'll correct it. Okay.
So then
And
it consisted almost all necessary things. Okay, right. Okay, go ahead.
this is my anxious pretest, ma'am. demonstrated poor performance in division tasks. These are the students. So the main thing is like the lack of they have no idea of multiplication table. 2 times table, of course they know, but when it is come to multiple digits, only the problem. And after that, I thought to this is in my class I made a 2 times table, and 3 times from 2 to 12 timetable. This is for the whole class, including those 3 students also there. So this is that. And so ma'am, I just want to know, is this necessary what I expected to do for this? I just
No, that
put it
is that you have to maintain your reflective journal. So when you are doing your research, you can maintain a reflective journal. In that reflective journal, you can divide it into 3 parts, right? What I planned, right? What I planned, what actually happened, right? So
I
first,
just wrote actually what happened here.
okay, right. What I planned, what actually happened, what I learned from what happened.
Yeah, I just mentioned like that.
Okay, it
So-
doesn't matter. It's okay. Now, if it is understood, that's all. That's all. Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Right. So you have to maintain a reflective journal. Then it's easy for you because that you can do better activities next when you correct your mistakes. You can do better things next. Okay. Well done. It was a good presentation. Right, okay.
Thank you,
You go
ma'am.
to Fatima Mafasa. Are you ready, Fatima?
Hello,
Fatima
ma'am.
Mafasa, are you ready?
Ma'am, I'm Mushrifa.
Okay, Mushrifa. Okay.
Can I
Fatima
do my
Mushrifa.
presentation?
Wait. MMF Mushrifa. Wait.
Mushrifa.
MMF Mushrifa. FNR
21076.
10766. Okay.
Okay, hi everyone. Today I'm here to present my research proposal titled Improving Keyboard Typing by Introducing the Types of Keyboard Keys for Grade 8 Students. Before I proceed with my presentation, let me introduce myself. My name is Mushrifa. I'm a teacher at Badria Central College, Mavanalla, and I teach ICT. Now, let's take a look at the table of contents. As you can see on the slide, this outlines the key section of my research proposal. So let's start with the introduction. In today's world, technology plays a huge role in our lives, and typing is one of the most important skill in the digital age. If students want to succeed in ICT, they must be able to use a keyboard properly, as it is the most efficient input device to enter data when working with computers. But here's the problem. Some students struggle with typing. They take too long to find keys, which slows them down and affects their learning. While teaching, I noticed 4 grade 8 students facing this issue. They couldn't type quickly or accurately, and because of that, they struggled to complete their tasks on time. Think if grade 8 student can't use a keyboard properly, how will they cope up with their ICT lessons? Their syllabus is heavily practical based, and without proper typing skills, they will continue to fall behind. As a teacher, this was a big challenge for me because the students failed to complete activities in every ICT lesson. I realized that if this issue continues, these students will face even bigger problems in their ICT studies in the future. And that is why I chose this topic for my research. The goal of this study is to help students improve their typing skills so they can complete ICT tasks faster and learn more effectively. It will also help teachers like me support students who struggle with typing, making ICT lessons more productive for everyone. Next one, limitation of the study. There are time constraints. It means study time frame may not assess long-term improvements. The second one, external factors. Motivation, distraction, and personal challenges could impact progress. Research objectives. Madam, give me a second. Research objectives to improve student typing speed and accuracy by introducing them to 6 types of keyboard keys. Next one, to enhance students' familiarity with keyboard layouts and key functions. To assess the impact of structured keyboard training on typing performance. Next, research questions. First one, how does introducing different keyboard keys impact students' typing speed and accuracy? Second one, what is the effect of increased familiarity with keyboard layouts on students' typing proficiency? Third one, how does structured keyboard training impact overall typing performance? Close context. First one, observation. Monitor students' engagement and difficulties. Then typing test. Measure words per minute. It means WPM, and the accuracy before and after intervention. These are my academic context. You can see that through this slide. Next important part is intervention plan. The methodology I used here, Exxon research and sample 4 grade 8 students. Yeah, I have given 3, it's by mistake, 4 grade 8 students I have selected. Sampling technique, non-random sampling means purposive sampling. Data collection methods, observation and typing tests. This is my intervention plan. It runs for 6 weeks. First one, week 1, pre-test and introduction to keyboarding. In week 1, I will assess students' current typing skills. I will conduct a pre-test to measure their typing speed and accuracy. These results will be recorded so I can compare their progress later. Then I will introduce the importance of typing skills, explaining how knowing keyboard keys can improve efficiency. In week 1, finally, students will learn the basic of hand placement, focusing on the home row keys. Here, resources that will be used here include online typing test tools and printed keyboard layout diagrams. Then week 2, understanding different types of keyboard keys. I will first go through a lecture and demonstration to explain the function of 6 types of keys, including alphanumeric keys, function keys, navigation keys, modifier keys, and special keys. Then students will participate in a hands-on activity where they will identify and press each key as I call them out. They will also complete a worksheet to match keys to their functions. Resources that will be used here include physical or virtual keyboard models and printed worksheets. Week 3, hands-on practice and key function exercises. By week 3, I will move into more hands-on practice. Students will work on typing drills using basic words and practice shortcuts with modifier keys like shift, control, and alter key. They will also learn how to navigate a document using arrow keys, home, end, and page up, down. Additionally, they will experiment with function keys such as using to refresh a web page. Resources, typing softwares or online platforms, and sample Word or Google documents for navigation exercises. Next, week 4, gamified typing activities and real life application. Week 4 will focus on making typing fun and engaging. Students will participate in typing games like speed races. They will also participate real life typing tasks such as typing short paragraphs, filling out digital forms, and composing emails. Resources, online typing games and printed typing exercise. Week 5 post test. In week 5, I will evaluate students' improvement. They will take the same typing test from week 1 to compare their progress in typing speed and accuracy. Resources typing test tools. In week 6, data analysis. Finally, in week 6, I will analyze the data collected from the pre-test and post-test, and I will compare the results to measure improvement and summarize my findings. Next time frame, this is my time frame. It is for 3 months, and I took 6 weeks for intervention plan. It starts from second week of February to third week of and it ends in third week of March. Ethical considerations. Obtain permission from school authorities and secure informed consent from participants. Ensure confidentiality of participant data. These are the references I used here. And thank you. That's all, ma'am.
Okay, right. So it's better if you had some. Did you have some references in the list in the presentation?
Yeah, ma'am.
Okay, right. Okay, that's great.
Okay.
Right. So then I just want to ask then, what's your sample?
4, ma'am. 4 students. I have selected 4
Okay.
students.
So then how
That
do
is
you?
typing mistake. I gave the 3. There are 4 students.
Okay. So then how do you find time to work with them? Do you find some extra time?
No, I have relief periods for I'm a government school teacher, so I get relief period for that class. So I can do my activities in that relief period also, while giving activities for other students,
Okay.
computer
Right.
activities.
Okay. So then what did you give for your pre-test?
Pre-test is not done yet, madam. I'm going to do it. It is by measuring their WPM, words per minute, giving a paragraph and asking them to type it. According to their typing, I can measure their WPM. It means words per minute.
Right. Okay. Right. Okay. Right. We can go to the next one.
Okay. Thank you.
Who will do next? Ravindi? Who will do next?
Can I do, ma'am?
Okay.
Can you see, madam?
No, but that's still I'm on Fatima Mafasa. So Fatima, it's better that if you just stop screen sharing.
Okay, madam, now?
No, still I can see Fatima's one. Ask Fatima to stop screen sharing.
Madam, now is okay, madam?
Okay, enlarge it. Make it full screen.
Madam, sorry, madam. Can I excuse, madam?
It's difficult.
Oh, yes, madam. Yes.
Okay, doesn't matter. Okay. Till you get ready, I can go to another one. Who will do next?
Madam, shall I do?
Okay, right.
May I do, ma'am?
Okay. Whoever it is, assessment. Shafra? Okay, Mafasa, you can do. Okay, right. Fatima, Mafasa, you can do now.
Can you see, madam?
Yes, I can see you. Ayyo, I'm extremely sorry.
Okay, madam.
MZ Fatima. I thought that you were still the previous one, Mushrifa. Okay, Mafasa. Extreme sorry. What is your number? 201251. Eh? FNR. Okay. Go on. Go to. Okay, continue.
This is my topic is improving knowledge and proposition for grade 10 students. Next one, my table of content. Introduction, background of the study, identification of the problem, significance of the study, research objectives.
Uta, I can't see your
Hello,
presentation.
madam.
I can't see your presentation, Uta.
Now, madam.
No, not yet. Hello? Okay, all right. Now we can see.
See my screen, ma'am?
Okay, start.
Ma'am, can you see my screen?
Yeah, but
Ma'am,
I think it's
am I
better now.
audible?
Your research is difficult in applying grammar rules, that you can write that improving the application of grammar rules in grade 5 students, or whatever is that, right? Improving difficulties. Okay, it doesn't matter.
Okay, ma'am. Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Table contained the introduction of my research proposal. The background of the study is the grammar is crucial aspects of language learning and its application is vital for effective communication. In grade 5, students are expected to have mastered basic grammar rules and being in more complex writing and speaking tasks. However, many students continue to struggle with applying these rules even after they have been explicitly taught. This gap between understanding grammar rules and effectively using them in context remains a significant challenge for educators. Understanding the reasons behind these difficulties and finding ways to help students overcome this is essential for improving language skills. So, this is my action research proposals. The background of this my study. Then the research problem is the central problem result in this study is the difficulty grade finders experiencing an English grammar rules despite receiving instruction on these rules. These difficulties manifest in both written and spoken tasks. Where students often make grammatical errors that hinder their communication. The study seeks to explore strategies and intentions that can help students the gap between grammar and real life application. Next, the significance of the study. This study is significant because it focuses on a key area of language learning grammar application. By identifying the specific challenges that grade 5 students face when using grammar rules in context, the research
Okay, what happened? Mafasa? What happened?
Ma'am, till she is getting ready, shall I present?
Okay, now we have 5 minutes. Okay, I'll quickly do that.
Ma'am, am I audible?
Okay.
Okay,
Wait, RSB Premaratna. Wait.
okay.
211203. Okay. So others, I will take RSB Premaratna as the last student. So I will get the rest of the things tomorrow. Right, okay, continue.
Good evening, my dear ma'am, my colleagues. My topic
Hello.
of the research is improving English vocabulary of grade 3 students using picture cards. You may think that it's so simple, but I started working in the current school in November last year. What I noticed was all the students are from broken families and they are not interested at all in learning. So I'll continue under my table of contents. The background of the study, I was appointed as a teacher of English to Kuli Alutkadruava Kanishta Vidyalaya and was assigned to teach English in primary classes and secondary classes both. While I was teaching there, I encountered many problems. Some of them are the students not answering the questions asked by the teacher, and the lack of vocabulary, and the low marks for the term test paper. But among them all of them, my burning question was lack of vocabulary. So when talking about the significance of the study, with the lack of vocabulary, we can't continue ahead. Vocabulary plays a fundamental role in learning a second language. That's the significance of this study, because without having knowledge of the vocabulary or meanings of the words, the students cannot answer the questions asked by the teacher, and they cannot obtain marks for the term test, especially for grade 3 students. The term test paper is focusing mainly on the vocabulary parts. Name 5 pets or name the following pets, like that. So it's important because it's the basis of the language. It's the raw building blocks that we can use to express our thoughts, ideas, or share information and understand others. I have mentioned a summary only in my slide. Then moving to the next slide, I have 4 research objectives and parallel to them 4 research questions. To increase the students' knowledge of the meanings of specific words, to enable the learners to use words in different contexts, to help learners to get high marks for the term test paper, to help learners to structure and answer the questions asked by the teacher in the classroom. So parallel to those research objectives, I have the research questions. How can I increase students' knowledge of the meanings of specific words? How can the learners use words in different contexts? How can I help learners to get high marks for the term test paper? How can the students answer the questions asked by the teacher in the classroom? So, I identified this problem through observation first. I observed the students while I was teaching in the classroom, and also I observed the marks they obtained for the English term test paper as well. When I asked the students to write the dictation words also, it did not happen. The students in this grade 3 class, 5 students, my sample size is 5, only 5 students in the class got no marks at all for dictation words. So I have included them in my annexures also. I will show them to you. Then next I interviewed their class teacher to know if those 5 students are active in her subjects as well. But she said they are average. Then I came into a conclusion, those 5 noticeable students are weak in my subject only. Then the thing is lack of English vocabulary. That was my question. So I identified the question using observation and interviewing the class teacher. Then moving to the next slide, academic context, I found some articles regarding the topic and found they were very relevant, also relevant to me. Some of the articles are mentioned on the slide. Ma'am, shall I read them? Improving Students' Vocabulary Through Picture Cards by W. Saripa 2023. And there are some sources as well. And then this is my intervention plan. The method used to find the solution is through an action research. I chose 5 grade 3 students and they were purposively selected. That's why I have included here the sample technique as purposive sampling. I used observation, interviews, and also literature reviews as data collection methods. This is my activity plan. I'll conduct 4 activities using the picture cards. The first activity is the introducing the names of the pictures. As the second, third, and fourth activities, I chose games using picture cards. The games like cards on a ring, a sorting game, and yes, no game, like that. Then at last, if they fail to answer my post test, I will continue this cycle of 4 activities again and again and make the thing happen. Then, as ma'am told, we have got only 2 months or less than 3
3
months.
months. Okay, 3 months.
Okay, ma'am. I told that that's 2 months or less than 3 months. So I assumed February, March, and April.
Okay.
Then I have already planned my time frame like this. I have already identified the problem within the first week of February and also the literature review. I have already done them. Then I'm going to start the action research from the 3rd week itself. Then, so like that, this is my time frame. I would like to finish it before April. Then, ethical considerations. I know that taking photographs of the students is not ethical. First of all, I got the permission of the head of the section to implement my action research. They are in the annexes. And I informed the parents of the selected students about this and got their consent through a letter. And ma'am, I'm going to implement this action research after school because I have only 5 students. I cannot implement during my school hours from 7:30 to 1:30. So I chose after 1:30. Then I got the consent through a letter, consent of the parents through a letter. Then that letter is also in my annexes. Moreover, I'm not going to use the real names of these students. Instead, I will use A, B, C, D, and E. So those are my ethical considerations. And there are some research limitations as well. They are time consuming and the sample size is too small because I have selected only 5 students. So these are a few of the annexes. Then annex number 1 and 2, the tests of the students, you can see, and annex number 3, the letter I have given to the parents to get their consent, and the head of the section's recommended approval, and these are the references. And thank you. Ma'am, could you please make my mistakes?
Okay, right, good. Putha, shall you go to the objectives again?
Sorry. Okay, ma'am.
Can you enlarge them a little? I can't see them properly.
Objectives. Right, ma'am?
Okay. To increase students' knowledge of meanings of specific words. Okay. How are you going to do that? How are you going to increase a student's knowledge of the meaning of specific words? What's the method you are going to do?
Using picture cards, and then they will tell their names. First, I'm going to get them. First, I'm introducing the word, and then getting them to practice the words. Then they know the meaning, ma'am.
Okay, right.
They will know the meaning.
Right. Then that means that you give them the picture cards. Then the picture that you when you use the word and the picture, they will learn the meaning. Right. Okay.
Yeah, ma'am.
To enable the learners to use words in different contexts. That means that the words they can use in sentences.
Yes, ma'am.
To help learners to get high marks for the term test papers. Okay. Rather than, okay, we'll see, to help learners to structure and answer the questions asked by the teacher in the classroom. Okay. Right, okay. We'll now what's the sample that you have selected?
5 students of grade 3, ma'am.
Okay, so then you want to help them to improve their vocabulary, and you are going to do some classes after school.
After school. Yes,
Okay,
because I
right.
don't have time to get them practiced in this implement my action research during the school hours, ma'am,
Okay,
because
okay,
I
it's
have
okay.
only 30
Right.
time.
So then you have to take necessary what's that? Permission from the parents and from the school as well. And the other thing I want to know is how we are going to do the pre-test.
I haven't given the pre-test yet, ma'am. I hope to give them the pre-test with the vocabulary selected from their textbook, pupils book.
Okay. Right. So then how many activities that you have planned?
There are only 4 activities, ma'am.
Okay, so you may have to increase because since you are going to do for 3 months, that 4 activities won't be enough.
Yeah, ma'am.
The first cycle you can have these activities, and then you can go for major activities, you can have some sub activities, right? So imagine now you're going to introduce picture cards, and you can ask them to do a picture dictionary. Then you can ask them to do some activities like that. For one activity that you can have sub activities. Okay, right.
Okay. I ask them to design a picture dictionary for each and every student.
Yeah, you can ask them then from each from the lessons that you are teaching. You can ask them to prepare a picture dictionary. Then they can
Okay,
add
ma'am.
some more
Sure.
words, add more words also to that. Okay, right.
Okay,
That's
ma'am.
great. Right, the rest of the students,
Thank
so
you
we'll
very much.
meet tomorrow. Okay, Vita. We'll meet tomorrow, and okay, most of the presentations, they were good. So that they included almost all the things that is necessary in the proposal presentation. And after doing this, if you have any clarifications, we'll have one more date after the presentations. Then you can ask the rest of the things before you prepare your research. That means the final report, right? So you can do a better work then. Okay, so thank you very much for joining today. So we will meet tomorrow at 7:30.
Madam,
Yes, Buddha.
Madam, is it compulsory to add the annexure slide to the presentation?
It's better if you can add the annexures, because then we know that you have done true work. It's
Okay,
not
ma'am.
compulsory, so you can do.
Okay, ma'am.
Right. Okay. Right. See you tomorrow. Thank
Good
you for
night, sir.
joining. Okay.